Hello, my name is Ioana and I currently work for one of the best tennis academies in California, JMG Tennis Academy. It recruits players that show a high level of dedication in being in the top juniors in the country and later becoming professional tennis players. Currently, the academy has 7 out of the 30 players. They train in top 300 ranking in the world. So I'm going to move on and talk about the value chain activities of the company. And I'm going to start with the product development because I consider it being really important and the key in their value chain activities. They offer private lessons for the players, group lessons, fitness, recovery, mental, and basically the whole package that is required to be at the top of the ranking in the whole world. So the reason why I'm saying this is because not all the academies are offering this. For example, I have been playing tennis for 15 years. And where I grew up, in Europe, the academy I trained at only offered fitness and individual lessons. Also, academies in California, their biggest competitors, Goring Tennis Academy, Wild Tennis Academy, they only offer group and fitness. So the offerings of JMG Tennis Academy bring value to the customers. Moving on to the marketing. It builds customer loyalty, increases brand recognition, and I'm going to move on because I'm going to be talking about this in the implementation plan, as this is one of their biggest weaknesses, the marketing. Moving on to the management, the efficiency or how to lower the cost and bring more value to the customers. So a coach is in charge of 5, 6, 7 players, depending how many he could take on. And the coach is in charge of scheduling the tournament, making sure the player is present at all the group activities, all the individual lessons, and basically manages the player. And then the owner manages the other coaches. And I'm going to move on to the next activity, measuring the progress. That's not that hard to do because USTA, the United States Tennis Association, has a system which is called UTR, Universal Tennis Rating, and it measures from a scale from 1 to 16 the level the player is at based on the tournaments they play, who do they play against, the score they have in the match, how competitive the match was, and this is proven to be a very accurate system, and this is how they measure the performance. So for example, if I am a 10 UTR and playing a 9 UTR, I am supposed to win easily. If I don't win easily, that means I'm not on the right track, and something needs to be changed in the schedule. Next activity I'm going to talk about is customer service, which of course the coaches are looking to build strong relationships, build trust with the players, and when they go the extra mile, this is when they add value to the customer. So for example, let's say a coach is supposed to travel to a tournament with his player this week. And for some reason the player says, oh, I'm not feeling too confident this week. These people are in the tournament, so I prefer to go in 2 weeks from now. Then the coach, adjusting his schedule, canceling lessons, or maybe adding lessons this week to provide the player what he needs, builds, of course, the relationship, strengthens the relationship, and builds the trust. And this is how they provide customer value. Moving on to the next slide, to the attributes the customers desire. As mentioned before, one of the most important attributes is offering the private lessons, the group lessons, and basically just the whole package at the academy. And offering these private lessons every day makes it easier to communicate, to know the needs of your player, to motivate them, and to create a schedule based on what they need. They also expect an experienced coach to travel with them to tournaments. You might think it's not that important because if you're only traveling for a week as a player, you're supposed to manage it yourself. But actually, it doesn't quite work like that. When I used to play, for example, I traveled once by myself and I played this girl, Sarah, I still remember. I lost 6-0, 6-1, super easy. Next tournament, next week, my coach traveled with me. I played her and I beat her super easily. Just because my coach was there, he was motivating me, he was encouraging me. I knew I had somebody on the side supporting me, and it's just a different feeling when you have somebody supporting you. Next question was what improvement they can make on their value chain to boost the responsiveness of the customers, quality, innovation, and efficiency. So the customer satisfaction is vital. And I'm going to try to go a little bit faster so I don't run out of time. The book, our chapter 9 of the textbook, talks about the customer relationship management. It's a technique that uses the IT to develop an ongoing relationship with customers to maximize the value that an organization can provide them. So, for example, a couple months ago, few players kept getting injured, shoulder, knee, injury problems. And then, because of that reason, and because they kept track of all of this, they brought Results, this company that deals with recovery. And they brought the company at the tennis academy. So then their players wouldn't need to go somewhere else for the recovery, which provided, again, great customer satisfaction. The quality. Of course, every customer is looking for great features with lower price. And JMG Tennis Academy does a great job of this. The price is the same as their competitors, that they don't offer the same. JMG offers more features. Moving on to efficiency. The textbook was talking about the strategies, self-managed teams, and I think it's really important, and JMG is doing a great job of this. As I said, the coach is managing all the players, and the coach has the responsibility of all the players. So then it becomes more efficient, because sometimes when two coaches are in charge of one player, you know how team works. Maybe sometimes, the other coach got it, the other coach checked on him, the other coach, and having one person in charge makes the process more effective. And innovation, the last thing I'm going to talk about when it comes to how to improve the value chain. And they use the incremental process, innovation, in the example mentioned above, by bringing the Results company over for their recovery. Also, I wrote about this in the week number 1 assignment. Another innovation they could bring is an analytic tennis coach. So the coach can just analyze the progress, the shots, the tournaments played, and then make a decision based only on the analytics. Now I'm going to move on and talk about the implementation plan of One Weaknesses they have. And as mentioned before, that's the marketing. The marketing improves brand recognitions, customer loyalty, brings in new players, and I got a stat right here. Average daily spending on social media is 3 hours, and 90.4% of millennials, 77.5% Generation X, and 48.2% baby boomers use it every day. So that tells me that social media nowadays has a huge impact. And I strongly believe that JMG Tennis Academy can benefit a lot from using it. I'm gonna start with the schedule. I think they should just implement it as soon as possible. I would say even February 1st. When it comes to the budget, since they are a smaller academy, I would only hire one person. I don't even think they need a marketing manager. I just think they need a marketing coordinator, to be in charge of the social media mostly. And then some other examples would be t-shirts with the logo on, business cards, pictures in the newspaper. So a marketing coordinator would be enough. And I did some research. The average salary of a marketing coordinator in California is $35,000 a year. So I believe that it's affordable. Management overview. The owner, of course, has to approve all the purchases and all the posts that are being posted on social media. Major tasks, as I said, social media post every single day. I would post results of the tournament, stories of the matches, how players stay motivated, the player schedule. So that way, even the players that are currently working in the academy are interested to looking and sharing the content. Monitoring is easier nowadays in 2021 now because social media provides analytics. So you can easily see how many people liked your comment, how many people commented, shared, saved, and just engaged with your post. So then if you see some posts are responding better than others, of course, you're gonna want to post more of those. So for example, let's say posting results doesn't have as much engagement as posting stories of matches played. Moving on to the verification. You can check when new players come in and there are inquiries, you can ask, how did you hear about us? What made you call us? What made you choose this academy? And then you can verify if maybe they saw the t-shirt with the logo of the players, the t-shirt on the player, sorry, with the logo at tournaments, and they started researching the company. So in conclusion, I do believe they could strongly benefit by using the marketing and improving it. And I do believe, I studied marketing in undergrad, and I believe that even if you have the best product, the best service, if you don't know how to market it well, then the profits are not going to be as high. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you enjoy my presentation.